Hey, champion, listen up. So, when you're out prospecting, when you're out getting new names and numbers right, if you prospect somebody hey, are you open to making any extra money in your spare time? They say yes. What you do is you have your phone. You have to have your phone ready, and a blank text open. So go to like you're opening, like you're sending a new text when you're out prospecting. That way, when they say yes, you already have the text ready. You look down and you say, "Great, what's the best number to reach you at?" And you say that exact verbiage. What's the best number to reach you at? And you look down and you put their number in the send to line. So their numbers 509, 500, 5509, right? You put that in there, and then you already know their you're like, okay, what's your name again? And then you'll put, "Hey Richie, it's Frankie. We met at Love's gas station. I'll give you a call when you're off." Send. That way you have their number, right? They have your number, and they know when you met. And when you make small talk, you're like, "Hey," when you meet them, right? You're like, "Okay, so what time are you generally free, in the mornings or afternoons?" They'll tell you. You kind of get that. Or if they're working, you just say, "Okay, cool. When's your next day off?" Boom. They'll tell you when your next day off is, right? Or you have an idea of when their shift ends, right? You're like, "Oh, you generally work morning shifts or evenings?" So they're like mornings. So then you just ask them one or two questions, kind of probing questions, and then you'll know when to call them. But they have your text. So then right before I call them, I'll shoot them a text. "Hey Richie, it's Frankie. It was nice meeting you on Monday at Love's gas station." Now they remember they met you. And then you say this exact verbiage: "Is now a bad time to talk?" You say that because most people like to say no to stuff. So then they'll say, "Oh, no." And when they reply no, you call them, and then you set a time to meet up. So that's how I do it. That's how I get people to remember who texts them, who called them, right? And you shoot them a quick text, because most people are not going to answer a phone call. Some will, but most won't nowadays, right? Just think of it. Do you answer a phone call that's a random number? I mean, sometimes most people are not going to do that. So that's how I do it and get those numbers. Let's go. Woo!